y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. If you're new here, I'm so glad you decided to click on this video and join me today. If you're not new here, you probably already know I'm obsessed with TikTok. I can't get off of it. I watch it all day, every day. I send all of the videos to all of my friends. It's just a fun time. If you're not on TikTok, you should be. You can find me there. Here's my username. One part of TikTok that I have loved is the food side of TikTok. There are so many good recipes, what I eat in a day, quick videos, all sorts of inspiration, and I am living for it. So today we're trying 4 recipes that I found on TikTok, all deemed as healthy recipes. They all turned out amazing, so I'm really excited to share all 4 of these with you. I hope you find something that maybe you want to make. If you're on TikTok, find me there. And if you have any recipes that you've seen on TikTok that you think I should try, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to do more of these videos. It was so fun and easy to film. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the first recipe, but don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram if you wanna catch up with me and my daily life. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into recipe number 1. So for the first recipe, we are making buffalo cauliflower wings. You can see parts of Gabby's video here. I will have all of the TikTokers that I used linked for you down below, as well as their recipes written out if you'd like to try them. We're starting out with oat flour. That I just used old-fashioned oats and blended them up myself. You're going to need some garlic powder, paprika, salt, and pepper. Then you're going to mix this with some almond milk, and this is going to become the breading on the cauliflower. That's supposed to give it that crispy crust, wing-like texture. So mixing that all together, we're going to dip the cauliflower pieces in there. She used a fresh cauliflower and broke it up herself. I'm lazy. I bought the pre-chopped kind. So get whatever kind of cauliflower you want, dip it in there, add it to your baking sheet, and then you're going to bake them starting for 20 minutes. After they have baked for 20 minutes, you're going to pull them out and dip them in buffalo sauce. You could probably also do like a barbecue or whatever your favorite wing sauce is. Dip them in there, and then it says to rebake for 20 minutes. I pulled out mine a little bit early. As you can see, they were getting dark on the top, and I didn't want them to burn. Put them on a plate, served them with ranch, of course. Overall, it was pretty good. It wasn't very crispy, so I would give it the rating of like 7 out of 10. But next time, I think I'll air fry them. For this recipe, we are going to make a healthier version of Twix. I'm so excited. I saw this a couple of months ago on TikTok. I've been wanting to try it, and this is the perfect opportunity. So here are the ingredients that you're going to need. So for like the caramel layer, you're going to use some dates for that. You're going to need some salt, peanut butter, maple syrup, coconut oil, oat flour. I'm just using oats, and I'm going to make oat flour. You can also use almond flour, 2 cups of that, and then about half of a bag of some sort of chocolate chips. I have some parchment paper in this little square pan. I am going to spray it just a little bit to be safe, and then I have 6 of those dates soaking here in warm or hot water. So that is one of the directions, but I will put all the directions down below. And we are about to get started. Oh, and go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to bake the cookie layer first. So for some reason, I chose a ton of recipes that all had oat flour. I didn't really mean to do that. It just kind of happened. And I did look at my grocery store to see how much oat flour costs, like by the bag. And it's like $12 or $14, which I think is insane because this huge thing of oats cost me like $3 and it's free to blend up. It takes like 45 seconds. So highly recommend just blending it yourself. But once you have that blended, you're going to add some coconut oil and some maple syrup. I did 3 tablespoons per the recipe, but I did end up adding a 4th tablespoon later, and then also a tablespoon of almond milk. You'll see it's just a little bit dry. So I chose to add a little bit more sweetness with that maple syrup to try to get that texture so that the cookie layer would stick together. I was a little bit worried if it was too crumbly it would fall apart, but it ended up being perfect. This is one of our favorite recipes. So I always spray my parchment paper, even though I feel like you don't have to. I can't leave anything alone. So pat this down, and then you're going to pre-bake this. I'll have all of the specific instructions down below for you in the description box. But you're going to pre-bake this, and while we're doing that, we're going to make the caramel layer. So for the caramel layer, you're going to use those dates that you soaked in water along with a little bit of the water that it was soaking in and some peanut butter. You'll see I had to shake my blender around a lot, and I still couldn't get the smooth consistency that she had, but it really didn't mess with the flavor, and it turned out to be perfectly fine. Here I'm using about half a bag of the chocolate chips, but truly I think you could use a lot less. Our chocolate layer ended up being really thick, and it took about 45 minutes to an hour to fully harden in the freezer. And I did add a little bit of coconut oil just to make sure that that smoothed out easily, and I melted it down in the microwave. Then you're just going to layer everything together, throw it in the freezer, wait until it's completely hard on the top with the chocolate, and then you're good to go. Okay, y'all, here they are. Mine did take about 30 minutes in the freezer. I think you could do a lot less chocolate, honestly. I just kind of followed her directions, but I think you could get away with less. Took mine a while to freeze, but look at that. Oh, we're so excited. So I'm going to get my pictures, and me and Morgan are going to do a little taste test. Okay, so we have tried them. They are really good. I would say similar to a Twix, not exact. It's not as crunchy.
Definitely not, yeah, definitely not as crunchy, but the taste is, I mean, pretty similar.
Yeah, the taste is similar, and like, it's just really good. It's different than anything I've ever made. Mm-hmm. Like all the textures work really well. That date peanut butter thing is very similar to like a caramel.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I love it. And like, obviously there's probably sugar in the chocolate chips, but like, there's no sugar added at all. Except for the chocolate.
For
but
like
it's
a healthy
sweet
alternative to candy, it's really good.
Yeah, very good. Mm-hmm. What would you rate it?
I mean, I would probably say 8 out of 10. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. 8 out of 10. For sure. So for this recipe, we are making a pizza bagel. I'm super excited. I love this girl on TikTok. She's one of my favorites. Her name's Hannah. I think she's so cute. She has such a fun spirit about her, and she makes really delicious food. So gonna need a little garlic. We're gonna cook that down with some tomatoes. We are going to put everything on a bagel. This is what I'm using. This is the Dave's brand. And some hummus. She used like a spinach one, but I couldn't find that, so I got sun-dried tomato and basil. I thought that kind of went with the theme here. And yeah, here we go. So I have Hannah's handles here for TikTok and Instagram. She's very active on both, so I highly recommend following her. I'm not going to share her video because she has the save video feature off on TikTok, and I just don't want to cross that line if there's a reason she has it set that way. So I am toasting my bagel, and then I go over to the stove and I start cooking up the cherry tomatoes. In her videos, she says to cook them like low and slow and wait until they burst, but I'm not going to lie, I got a little bit impatient and I bumped them up to like medium high and pushed them down a little bit with a spoon so they would burst. But the last minute I added some garlic, Cook that down just about another minute until it's nice and fragrant. And then once my bagel is toasted, I top it with the hummus. By the way, sun-dried tomato hummus, 10 out of 10. Would recommend, would eat again. It's delicious and it worked really, really well for this recipe. So once that is all spread out, I add the cooked tomatoes, and then you're supposed to add basil to the top. That's what Hannah did, but I forgot to buy basil, so I just used the parsley that I had in my fridge for the green, effect, and it worked out fine. But basil would be delicious, and I think it would taste even more like pizza if there was basil. Okay, I only took one bite. Sorry, our dishwasher is on in the background, but it is so good, and it actually has very much pizza vibes. Like, it really does taste kind of like a pizza. I'm so excited. This is definitely going to be a new staple for weekends or easy, even like a dinner. Add some extra veggies or a salad on the side. So good. I'm really excited about this one. Let me know if you try it. All right, y'all, we are making donuts, and I'm so excited. This is the first time using my donut pan. I asked for this for my birthday, actually, and my mom had one, so she just gave me hers. That worked out great. I am switching up this donut recipe just a little bit, but the TikToker who posted this does have a recipe blog, so I will post her exact recipe down below. Basically, she used 1 cup of oat flour and 1 cup of almond flour, but I don't have almond flour, so I'm just going to do 2 cups of oat flour, and for that, I just blend up old-fashioned oats. Easy enough. So we're going to use that. For the donuts, you're going to need a pinch of salt, some baking powder, 2 eggs, coconut sugar. I bought this so randomly. Like, I just saw it at HomeGoods and decided I should buy that. And it has come in handy for so many recipes. So highly recommend, if you see coconut sugar at like HomeGoods or something, pick some up because it's in so many recipes. Also, she said avocado or olive oil. It's just a tablespoon. I'm going to use canola because I feel like it's just better for baking. It has such a light flavor. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of that. I'm sure you could use coconut oil if you prefer. Some maple syrup, some vanilla extract, Pam, obviously, to grease your dish. And then for the glaze, you're going to need almond milk. Actually, I think almond milk goes in the donuts too. Anyways, almond milk, some powdered sugar, and a little vanilla for the glaze. So let's go ahead and whip these up. I'm so excited. Okay, is anybody else having deja vu with me yet again making more oat flour? I made this video over like a span of a week, so it didn't really seem like I was making it that often, but as I'm editing, I'm like, wow, okay, again with the oat flour. So anyways, moving on, I did 2 cups of that oat flour, and then I added in the rest of the dry ingredients. Again, everything will be linked for you down below, so no worries there. And then you do your wet ingredients separately, combine it, and then add it to your donut pan. Also, you could definitely do this in a muffin pan. I would just cook it a little bit longer, keep an eye on it so it cooks all the way through, and then just dip the tops of your muffins if you don't have a donut pan. Although HomeGoods usually has those stocked, so take a look there, or Amazon if you want a donut pan. So her recipe says to cook them about 10 minutes. I set my timer to 8 and it was perfect. Our oven just runs a little bit hot, so I always know to cook things a little bit less time than it says to. So I popped those in the oven, and while those are baking, I made the glaze. This is just a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of almond milk, and a little bit of vanilla. I think like 1/8 of a teaspoon. I just drizzled it in there, got it all over the counter. It's fine, but mix that up. And I was thinking this would be too thick, and I almost added more almond milk, and I'm glad that I didn't. Because it really sticks to the top and gives that glazed donut vibe. So trust the process. 1/2 cup of the powdered sugar with 1 tablespoon of the almond milk is the perfect texture, and it gives that perfect thick donut glaze. These were amazing. Okay, I have the rest in the oven, but how amazing does this look? Like, I can't get over this. This is so cute. She has actually a lot of donut recipes on her website. It's wellnessbyk.com, so I will obviously link that for you down below, but I will be trying a lot more if these are good, because these were so easy. They cooked, so she said 10 minutes. Our oven just cooks really hot, so I did 8 minutes, and it was perfect. And I'm just so excited. So me and Morgan are about to try them. We'll do a little taste test. So good. I've got some more in the oven right now too. They bacon. Okay. We look like a hot mess, but it's like 9 in the morning, so.
Speak for yourself. I'm just kidding.
I look like a hot mess. Morgan's gonna get some milk, I'm assuming.
You don't. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh my gosh, I like gotta put on some makeup today. I've looked like this for like 8 days straight, I feel like.
I was just.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
I move the camera so they can see you.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. That's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like cake.
Mm-hmm. It tastes just like cake. Okay.
Are these healthy?
12 out of 10. She said they're healthy. I'll take that.
I'll roll with it.
I mean, they're mostly oats. They're not like refined white flour. Coconut sugar, I don't actually know that that's any better than regular sugar, but I feel like it probably is. A little maple syrup. I mean, delish.
Yeah, that's good.
So good. 12 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. If you try anything, make it the donuts. Also, you could make this in a muffin pan. It doesn't have to be a donut pan. But so I would just cook them longer, obviously. But these are amazing.
Yeah, those are good. That's freaking good.
Healthier than real donuts that are like fried in oil. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
And they don't taste far off from it.
No. It has donut vibes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really fun for me to film and eat, obviously. The best part of recipe videos is I get to eat all of the food. I think that the donuts have to be my top favorite recipe. So good, and I can't wait to try more of her recipes, more of her donut recipes. And I think the bagel, the pizza bagel, solid second place. Like, it is so good. I honestly, that one just seems like you know what it's gonna taste like, but like, it really blew me out of the water. Super good, 10 out of 10 on all of these recipes. The cauliflower could have been better, not gonna lie, could have been better, but it was good and we ate it and it was fine. So maybe next time I'll do it in the air fryer and see if we can crisp it up. But let me know what your favorite recipe was, or if you have any TikTok recipes you think I should try, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share with a friend if you want. That really, really supports me and I appreciate it so much. I hope to see you back at my next video. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
It's all good.
And scene.